Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
This entire military is one cohesive, dedicated force. And the threats to our nations, they don't sleep. They're watching our every move. Iran, Russia, China, North Korea, ISIS, Al-Qaeda. They may be watching this right now. Our military should not be mistaken for a cable news gabfest show. We don't care what you look like. We don't care who you voted for, who you worship, what you worship, who you love. It doesn't matter if your dad left you millions when he died or if you knew who your father was. We have been honed into a machine of lethal moving parts that you would be wise to avoid if you know what's good for you. We will not be intimidated. We will not back down. We've seen war. We don't want war. But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities.
Turnbuckles and Stogies. Yo, what is up? What is up? Yo, happy Sunday. Another Sunday with your favorite hostess with the mostest.
My dad, I'm doing a wrestling punch. I looked and I said, hey, I'm on to Brooklyn, New York.
We're not in Brooklyn, sir. We're in upstate New York in Dutchess County. I'm originally from Yonkers. Hung out in the park.
I guess you guys don't know each other that well.
What is up? What is up? What is up? Yo, this is the host with the most, the big dog, the Vanilla Gorilla, and we are your favorite podcast on all streaming networks, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Facebook, everywhere you go, you see us.
Would you be on the lookout for Spotify because it should be updated
Turn that just a little bit.
in the next, I would say before this episode airs and by the time this episode airs next week on the 25th, which you guys will already, that'll be this day. It should all be updated. I know I'm behind. I apologize. Bear with me. I'm one man. I can only do so much.
He doesn't show me how to do it, and I'm retarded. And
yeah, but
don't know how
because it's a lot more complicated than it looks. But that's okay. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. It's because I'm here. It's okay. But I'm gonna actually smoke something I haven't smoked. Which by the time this airs, I probably have smoked it again.
Oh,
and I know
no. Next week.
I know I'm behind. Well, I know I'm behind on this line. This is because this is going to air on the 25th.
Yeah, but next week.
Well, no, this is going to air on the 25th, so this would be.
Oh, this would be the week
after.
Oh,
so,
yeah. So you suckers.
If you didn't, so watch this. No, they'll see it on the 18th. But if you didn't see last week's episode, go back and watch that. And see what we got. But I know I'm behind on this line. And that's okay. No, the EP Carrillo,
yes.
The Allegiance, which
and by the way, next Wednesday, Turnbuckles and Stogies pod will be
out. This would have actually already aired after that, so it would have happened already.
All right. So I'll shut up right now.
So we would have been in Whippany,
New Jersey with Chaz Palmer,
yes.
Paulie, LGC Cigars. Make sure you order from them. My man, the myth, the legend, Matty freaking fucking rocks.
So, on that note, guys, I guess I will let you do the introduction because our guest is here.
My main man. Y'all know. My man. If y'all don't know this dude, y'all ain't into hip-hop. I'm going to tell y'all motherfuckers that right now. All I'm going to say is, yo, the bridge is over. You know what I mean? My man, MC Shan in the house.
1 second. Because they got this all
The interview of the week is brought to you by Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
No. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, my man MC Shan. What is
got y'all? What's happening?
What's going on, player?
You already know me. I'm happy I woke up this morning. You know I got a whistle.
Oh, listen, my brother. You know I got a whistle. You hear me?
Hey, a whistle a day keep the doctor away. 2 or 3 don't hurt.
So Shan, so tell us about when you got started in the hip hop game.
Back early. It was like, that was the new music for us. We didn't have that. We listened to our mother's music back then. And so when hip hop came along, everybody that was a teenager, just like the teenagers' music today is not our music.
Facts. Yo, you took yourself off, cuz.
No, he's not even here.
The hell did he do?
He walked inside. I think he hit the button.
Oh, damn. Get him back.
I can't get him back. He's got to get him back.
He's going to laugh. Well, he'll be back, guys. You got to understand. We OGs. We don't understand this new technology shit.
Listen, I'm just here for the ride.
But MC Shan,
This is more for him. I'm here for the ride today.
Look, that was because I didn't like my lighting and it's too much background noise outside, so I came inside.
So let's get back to when you started with D Nice and all them cats.
Well, we just used to do this for fun. It wasn't even about. But when we learned that we could make money, that was a total different ball game. So we were having fun, making money, doing what we loved. But when hip hop came around, it just became our music, and I just happened to step in at a time that was right for me. Roxanne Shante put me on.
Right.
And so she took, when she was the biggest thing around the world, she was taking me on tour. So I was being exposed to the world before I even had a record out.
Right. I remember that. I remember Roxanne Shante came up to Wheels in Yonkers, and I was I was like you, I'm an OG, so I was one of them cats that just hung out there, and I was hanging out with the owner of the place. He goes, "Yo, come hang out with us." I said, "Man, I'm not." He goes, "Come and hang out with us." We hanging out with Roxanne Shante, bro. We sitting there. It's like even when I was hanging out with Heavy D and them cats,
having a good time. It wasn't about being stuck up star. We were just having fun.
She even put on some roller skates. So tell me how you came up with your biggest hit, which is, to me, and I had to play it for him. This is my son. The Bridge.
What's up, nephew? You good?
What's going on? How are you?
I woke up today, nephew, and you should be glad you did too.
That's what I say every day. I wake up, I'm good. My 2 feet on the ground.
Woke up and he got a snizzle.
There you go.
Look, check this out. It's better be seen than viewed.
So how'd you come up with The Bridge Is Over?
I didn't come up with The Bridge Is Over. Chris did. I came up with The Bridge, right?
The Bridge.
And that was like no, don't worry about that. The Bridge was the first song that represented just the hood. Before me, everybody was talking about, I'm from Brooklyn, I'm from Bronx, I'm from Queens, I'm from this. Right. Then I came and it's like, yo, I'm from Queensbridge. And that was a tape for 2 years in Queensbridge because we didn't think nobody else around the world wanted to hear about our projects. So that tape circulated in Queensbridge for 2 years. And for all of you all of the people that's on your joint, they probably going to talk about Chief, but I have some because that's my favorite joke. I have Chief. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be happy to pull them out and clack them for you if you like.
You know, Shan, every time on Instagram I see somebody say, "You got all this money, why don't you get teeth?" I'm like, yo, once you mind your business, the motherfucker's older than you.
But I got teeth though. That's the freaking
but if
problem.
you don't want to wear them, you don't wear them, player.
Look,
they don't understand, player. This is what we do. We do what we want to do, not what they want us to do. You heard?
Right. And see, now look, never say yes when you really want to say no. We reached that stage of our life. I don't have to do anything. You can talk about how broke I am and whatnot. Just my kids' toys will make you think, oh, let me shut up. You know what I'm saying? They like to talk that, and sometimes I got demons, yo. I'm never going to be 100% pure. Ha, ha, ha. Why? Because I need 2% demon to deal with these people out here. My demons are called stupid and idiot.
Right. So,
because you always have to leave something. Because if you're if you're 100%, ha 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 ha, you'll let somebody slap you in the face and you'll forgive them. You'll let them take your money and you'll give them more money. You know what I'm saying?
Listen.
So now,
man, somebody slapped me in the face. They better call a doctor.
So when Roxanne Shante asked you to go on tour with her, what was your how did you
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! What do you mean? I was working a job, right? Making $120 a week working with my grandfather. I went out with one weekend. I was on stage for what? How long is Molly Scratch? 5 minutes. I made $400 for singing one song. All that job stuff was over. You could tell I don't got no calluses. The only work that I do is the work that I want to do. Okay? So that right there was like an awakening. Like, what? I could go sing this and get this much?
Yeah, it's like I can spend 5 minutes out in front of these people and make quadruple what I just made to work really hard. Am I going to go there or am I going to do this? I think this sounds better.
Who was your
best? I fired myself the next Monday.
So he said I fired myself next Monday. I like that.
And look, and check this out. The foreman who used to be on my back and kind of dislike me, right? He used to drive a Maxima when Maximas first came out. You remember the square Maximas, you know what I'm saying? He used to drive one of those, right? Like a month and a half after I quit myself, fired myself, I came back driving a fucking Audi. He couldn't believe it. So now he looking at me like, how? How? Yeah,
first thing he said is you dealing drugs.
Yeah, well, that's okay. The next thing he knew that I was a famous guy on TV and all kind of stuff with records and all of that. And so all of that he's selling drugs went right out the window. Everybody in the factory where I worked at knew what I was doing and knew well, you know what I'm saying? So it was no way that he was oblivious to the fact that I wasn't a drug dealer.
So tell me, when you signed your first record deal, who was that with, and how does that work to sign a record deal? Like, do they front you money or do you?
It depends on situation. Nowadays they don't front you no money, but back then they would let you run up a check and then tell you unrecouped. You know what I'm saying? They'll let you run up a check, right? You owe them money back at let's say 25 cents a record, right? They done made $18 million off of your albums because you're paying $250,000 back 50 cents at a time because that's all you get per record, right? So you never recoup, but they made millions and millions and millions of dollars before you ever see a dime.
Wow.
That's but now
that's what a lot of artists have said over the years. They used to let you know they want you, $300,000 up front for a music video, and then you got to make, like you said, you got to pay that money back at the end of it.
Right. And back when we used to start this, we were new. Oh, we could have limousines. We could go to the fanciest restaurants and put it on their tab. What? So a lot of us lived beyond our means and didn't know what it meant that they're gonna write that money off that they lost with us, but they're gonna make 18 million. You get what I'm saying? So regardless of the fact we on the losing end of the stick in this business, period. Period.
So Shan, who was, when you went on tour, who was one of the best ones you went on tour with?
Everybody of my era had their own thing. We weren't copycats. Like these days, you could take 12 artists, mix their records back to back, and never know that the fucking record changed and the artists changed because they all sound the same. But the era that I come from, everybody was an individual. You couldn't, even people that were in the group, you couldn't even compare them to the person that was in the group with you. UTFO, each one of them had their own characteristics, although it was a conglomerate of a group. Run DMC, you couldn't put, everybody was individual.
And you know, the funny thing is, back when you and I was growing up and coming up together, you know, we had dances, we had this. These new hip hop people ain't got dances like Heavy D, like E, like
they don't.
Everybody else. You know what I mean?
And to kind of touch on what he said, what you're saying, you know, they do all sound the same now, and I say that. You know, I say that listening to hip hop music and rap and all the different, they all do sound the same. A lot of the new people sound the same. You know, when you find somebody with a distinct voice or a distinct sound that you can, like you said, you can pick out of the groups, then you know you have something when they go alone. But like the only person that in recent years that I could say, you know, had that kind of distinction was when it was Pop Smoke out of New York, out of Brooklyn. Pop Smoke I think was Brooklyn or Queens, one of them.
That was Brooklyn, I think it was.
Yeah. But he had that distinct, like you said, that distinct sound. That you could tell, you know, his songs were different from this guy, from that guy, from this guy, because he didn't try to be like anybody else. You know, he tried to go in his own lane, so to say.
All right, now Pop, check this out. I'm gonna ask Pop something. Back in the days, my distinct feature of when you MC Shan, what made you know that it was me?
Shit, man. Oh, man.
I'm listening.
Hold on, wait. I'm gonna give him a hint real quick. You love to hear the story again and again.
Yes.
The voice.
Yes.
The voice.
And you had on the red Kango.
That's all right. LL had a red Kango.
Nah. You was the first one to put that shit
out
there.
No, I was not. Listen, everybody thinks that I was first. I wasn't. I used to, before I got into hip hop, and I mean, I used to listen. I was into it, but I was on the benches listening to I need a beat. But me nor LL borrow each other's style. That was just something that we weren't going to dress like Grandmaster Flash and them with all that fur and all that girly boots and stuff like that. Sorry, Mel, my daddy. Melly Mel is my hip hop father and whatnot, but I got to say what I say, Pop. Y'all was wearing that girly stuff. Right? You know what I'm saying? But Mel, everybody of my era knows me and know how I get down, you know, especially Mel. But we weren't doing that. We borrowed the style of the B-boys, the Puerto Rican breakdancers and graffiti artists. They wore Kangos, they wore sweatsuits, they wore Adidas, they wore Pumas. Right. And so when you see me and LL looking similar, neither one of us borrowed that from each other. But what made me and LL different was I wore a red and a blue shoe. Although we made that, well, that's not only did my voice make me distinct, I also wore two different color shoes all the time. No matter where you caught me. Now here's the kicker. When I used to go to LA, you know, I'm wearing red and blue. I would never change my shoes in LA. Why? Because they respected that I was an artist and I had heart enough to even come into the Nickerson Gardens wearing that. But I'm from New York. I don't know y'all serious about that like that. So I learned a lot of things going to LA to they really about that.
They are.
And now look, here's the thing. Now you hear about when artists go to LA, you gotta check in.
I was just gonna say, now you gotta check in when you go there.
I ain't never had to check in. I was in all the hoods and see, sometime I would be there, and then sometime they couldn't have this one over here and that one over here together. So I would have to do a show in the Crip area, and I would have to do a show in the Blood area. But so everybody can see. Shan. I kept my shoes on. I would go in the hood, and that's what gave me my respect in LA. Like, nigga, come on now, this is Shan. What are you here in the hood? Why am I in the hood? Because they got the drugs, nigga. let me just, you know what I'm saying? They got the freaking drugs. Come on, why else am I in the hood?
So my brother lives in California, and he was part of one of the Mexican things, and he said the same thing, because I was telling him I was gonna interview you. He goes, yo, I remember when he came to LA. I said, motherfuckers was like, yo, MC Shan is here. And I'm like, he said, yo, that dude knows his shit, and he was always in the hood. I said, hey, listen, he come from Queens. I said, he come from the projects. He like me. I'm going to show up to everybody's hood. I don't care who you are.
But you want to know something? I wasn't mesmerized with Hollywood like they thought I would be. Remember, I was on Warner Bros. They put me in movies. They thought I was the next piece of meat that they could fuck on. All right? But they didn't know I was a hood nigga. So after I finished doing whatever the fuck I was doing with y'all on my record time, my man Dougie D, Dougie D will be sitting outside waiting for me, because we going to the hood. Y'all think I'm going to y'all fuck nigga parties? You got me twisted. You got me twisted. Right? So that's why I'm not mesmerized. They put me in the movies with Steve Martin, like, yo, this is what we can do for you, and this is what you could do for us. So after they put me in the movies, now Benny come to me on the tour bus. He didn't actually have a can of grease in his hand, but what he did was implied that if you want to continue down this road with Steve Martin and all of this movie stuff, you're gonna have to let me stick my finger in this grease right here, and we're gonna have to grease your little asshole up, and then we're gonna insert our penises like we did to all these other little light-skinned motherfuckers in the music industry that was mesmerized.
The answer was no.
And I said, I used the word that we can't use no more. Bundle of sticks. I called him bundle of sticks to his face. Now, anybody that, if you got a little bit of diction, I'm saying the same thing, but without it being vulgar.
I already knew it. You didn't even have to say the bundle of sticks. I already knew where you was going with that.
You know what I'm saying? All right? That's what I told you. Yo, you're a bundle of sticks, son. And my career went south from there. They wanted me to be the Fresh Prince. I say it all the time. Everybody know what it was. They was prepping me for that, because remember, Down by Law, what did I have? The Kangos on. When it came to Play It Again, Shan, what did you see? A motherfucker in tuxedos, looking all clean. They were trying to clean me up to sell me to the public as the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Now, Will Smith is my man, right? And everybody could say a legend. I'm not saying whether he did anything or not. All I'm saying is I know what I was offered. Everybody says weird stuff. Hollywood is weird. But I love Will. Will is my man. Charlie Mack, it's none of my business.
Right.
But I sit here today with my anal section intact, my dignity intact, and I'm still living good. Although they blackballed me years ago, I still got RVs, still got boats, I still wake up when I want.
And we be right back with my man MC Shan. You heard?
Let's take that break. Let's go.
Yo, what is up? What is up? Yo, we here live. Your favorite podcast, Turnbuckles and Stogies, with me, the big dog, the Vanilla Gorilla, and our guest, MC Shan, is in the motherfucking house.
AKA Shizzle with a whistle. No, I didn't try and get fly on y'all and change outfits in between sets, but that's nylon shirt was hot as hell.
This is what you used to. When you got to do different sets, you got to change outfits.
No. That ain't my style. I said, I'm a bum. I ain't got that many shirts to be changed into.
Yo, so let me ask you this, because my son brought it up to me, and I said, yeah. So the Informer, Snow.
Right.
So you did some of the work for him, correct?
That first album, I produced the whole album.
Really?
That Snow Informer. Let me tell you the interesting story of how I met Snow. I'm going to get some weed. I ran into his DJ. Look, I ran into his DJ.
I'm going to get some weed.
Somebody's getting yelled at, or is that me?
No. That was my wife. She said, all good stories start with, I'm going to get some weed.
Once upon a time, I was going to get some weed. And I ran into Snow's DJ. And he said, yo, I got a white guy from Canada to do reggae. I basically shushed him off. Like, man, get move. All right. Next 2 weeks later, I go get some more weed. Good story continue. Right? But this time, Snow is there. Right? Snow is there. And, all right, let me hear something. He said, Informer, you know, said I show me on the blam. I lick it boom boom down. Check the mama says I gotta show the club somebody on the land. I lick it boom boom down. You know I know the words. I motherfucking made the song.
I will say that's a great song though.
Yo,
but it's a true song.
The ass off right now.
Huh?
My wife is.
Yeah.
I'm probably the only one in the world besides Snow that know the real words to that shit.
I had to listen when I started listening to that song. I had to go on and look up the lyrics because I couldn't make out that one fucking part when he does everything so fast. I couldn't make out a word he was saying.
I'm on an interview. Hold on, yo. Look, check this out. Hold on, give me 1 second. Here's what I need, right? Here, I'm gonna drop these vice grips out to you. There's a battery in the bus. Open up the bus door. The gray car need the battery changed. All right? I'm gonna drop down, the car's open, the battery is in the bus. Hold on. I'm gonna throw down the vice grip. Matter of fact, I'm gonna open the garage. No, I can't, I'm on the phone. Y'all hold on, let me get him in the vice grip.
Yeah, do your thing, player. So, yo, this is my man.
Oh, God.
This is one of the best interviews we've had.
Hold on. Matter of fact, I can take y'all with me. I got to get them in the vice grips, and they on the kitchen table. I need them to put the battery in the bin so I can move it. I got to take my boat and put it on the side because it's sitting on my lawn.
Oh, God. Yo. So you got the boat, you got the tour bus.
Yep, look, there goes the boat right there. I think you might be able.
Right there. You got the tour bus. You got the dune buggies for the kids.
Yep. Damn.
People don't realize that you building a lot of shit.
Yep. I'm redoing this car. I put the 3-inch lift on here myself, right here in my driveway.
Oh shit.
Now I'm putting the rim lights on it, right?
Ooh.
Everything you see on this truck, I done myself. Shizzle's Monster Garage. Right? Inside the garage, if you haven't watched my Instagram, I'm building a.
Oh, I watch that shit all the time.
Y'all there?
Yeah, I watch that shit all the time.
Right, I'm building another car, and there go my house on wheels right there.
Facts. I seen that.
I like that.
I seen that.
The party bus right here. Where's that? The party bus.
Listen,
and this one is a new. This is a new business I'm building called Party Express for my daughters. Yeah, I got all 360 photo booths. That's gonna have a DJ set on it, and you bring it to the party and pull out all. They got icy makers, popcorn, all kind of stuff. But I'm making a business for my daughters with that. You got the battery, yo?
Listen, I gotta come to Atlanta, dog. I gotta come visit you.
Yeah, well, look, he underneath the hood of a Mercedes. That motherfucker, should I be letting him? That's under the seat in the front. Look. Should I trust him? That's my partner though. Yo, what up, nephew? Look, that's my partner though. This y'all getting the real live Shan. Y'all getting me at home and shit. Look, open the door. Why you acting dumb? And it's on the passenger side. Should I trust him, y'all?
Sure.
He's looking under the hood in a Mercedes for the battery up. Excuse me.
So
what up, nephew?
I need to come to Atlanta and we need to go on a boat.
Yeah, come on. Yo, I'm going back in the house. I got an interview. Put that shit on the bus, man. I don't give a fuck. Put it somewhere. I'll get it later. All right, but I'm doing important stuff. But I'm glad that they gave me the time to come.
So there you got it, guys.
Oh man, guys,
So,
you getting the real life. You getting the real life.
This is the real MC Shan right here. You heard?
Yeah, you getting yeah. This is the life, everyday life. Yo, ain't no stardom shit around here.
Ain't no stardom.
Only thing the difference is I know how to spend money now.
MC Shan ain't showing up to no VMAs.
Huh?
He ain't showing up to none of that shit. MC Shan ain't showing up to all that shit.
I'm back in my regular spot. We shouldn't say that again about what?
I said you're not showing up to the VMAs, the BET Awards. You know, things like that.
I'm not going nowhere. I don't even do shows anymore.
I know, I heard.
Can't pay me to do a show because I'm tired of being ripped off. And like I said with Pops earlier, sometimes you get to an age when you don't have to say yes, when you really want to say no. And so all of this I got going on here, I told them if I went on tour, that RV I call a tour bus. And person say, that's not a tour bus, that's an RV. Well, when you own it, you could call it a spaceship, motherfucker.
Yeah, you can call it whatever you want. So as long as you're comfortable in it, that's all that matters.
No, but this comes from a motherfucker that don't own a fucking a used vehicle. Lots of times social media is funny. People can hide behind their keyboards. They don't understand that I don't have any moral and I don't have any, you can say what you want, but you better be able to take what I dish back.
Correct. And
don't report me to the police.
You know, Shan, I follow you and I see what some of these people comment and I comment back. I say, yo, do you know who you're talking to? I said, this dude don't need to do that. I said, he's MC Shan. And they're like, oh, you know him? I'm
you
like,
know. See, now check this out. I'm going to tell you something about me and you. We're in a dark room, right? I trust you. You trust me. We don't need lights on. Those people that you're talking to, we can't trust them. Why? Because they're going to try and come in our room and use their phone flashlights or something. Nigga, we don't need to see who's in here. We trust each other. And trying to bring a motherfucker like that over to our fold is a waste of fucking time. Because they're going to come over here with their flashlights and they're going to fuck everything up we got going. You get what I'm saying? So those people, I let them do what they do. You don't like me, so the fuck what? Who care? I'm not going to try and bring you over to my fold, but I thank you for feeding stupid and idiot today. Because them bitches got to be fed every motherfucking day. So when you talk that bullshit, oh, you just help me feed my demons, bitch.
So besides Queensbridge, what was your other #1 hit?
That was it. Everybody likes what they like out of my stuff, but the bridge, Left Me Lonely was, I would say Left Me Lonely will be runner-up #2. And then Project Hope. You know, only real hip-hop heads know about those certain songs.
I was listening to Project Hope the other day.
You see what I'm saying? Only certain heads know about. You know what I'm saying? My thing was, you could never put a finger on me. You could never say I was a gangster rapper. You could never say I was a this rapper, that rapper. I'll do a song, MC Space. I'll do a reggae song. I'll do you know what I'm saying? You never could put me in a box. And I guess that what kind of screwed me a little bit, because they used to everybody being one thing.
One track direction.
For that one thing, but me, you couldn't find one thing you like. You have to love me for everything, and that's fucking too much.
Now tell me, and I wasn't gonna bring it up, but tell me what happened with you and Chris, KRS-One.
Nothing happened with me and Chris. That was the natural progression of hip hop. I wasn't mad that he did that song, because at that point, see, hip hop was a gladiator game, and KRS-One actually saved the state of hip hop. And I'm saying this because it's true, right? At one point, right? Let's figure around when he did that Bridges Over stuff, right? We had the dancing, everybody's dancing and all that stuff. Remember, you mentioned the dancing in the videos earlier, right? You mentioned it. So, right, well, he like, hold up. This ain't what hip hop is. And so he made the first diss record, not the first diss song, because we know Kool Moe Dee and them were doing it back then. But KRS-One made the first diss record that the world was able to hear.
And so,
but my joint was on fire all over the world already. So by him doing that, it leaves a legacy, right? Y'all have footage, video, audio of Kool Moe Dee battles, Busy B, and every other battler. Y'all don't have any footage of me and Chris ever battling other than the Sprite commercial.
Correct.
And me and Chris have got money on that Sprite commercial. So when he says he took me out in traditional hip-hop fashion, you have to show and prove. What you're talking out your mouth doesn't mean anything. You dig what I'm saying? And now what Chris does is run behind his minions, because I've been calling him out, but he's still my man. But we are not in the same box, me and Chris. Like I said, Chris is a boom bap guy. I make stories. Dig what I'm saying? It's like me and Chris are like trying to put a circle into a square hole. It might fit if you got the right circle, but our shit just don't. We're two different entities. Right. Chris is I could never, hold on, let me say this in public. I could never, ever mess with Chris when it comes to a stage performance. In order for me to get on a show with Chris, he would have to invite me as his guest. He is that ill of a performer. There's very few ill performers in this business. Slick Rick, Dougie Fresh, Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One.
Bro,
there's more, but my list goes just like that. You can never get on stage, and I don't care if they mumbled and hummed.
So
you can never defeat them.
You're like this, MC Shan. So my wife, I took her to the Apollo to see Mary J. Blige, Big Daddy Kane, Grand Poobah, and all of them. Yo, I shit you not. We was up in the top stands.
Hold on. Now I gotta reset. Every time somebody call me, man, be messing up my joint. Hold on. I gotta do this again. Damn, dude. As soon as somebody call me, always knocks my joint off, yo. Why they keep call me, yo? I don't answer my phone. Ain't about no money. Damn. Y'all there?
Yeah, we're here. So we went.
All right, good. Now I'm back, yo. Whoa, why they calling me? It ain't about no money. I never answer my phone because I know it ain't about no money. Y'all stop calling. Don't ask me. Don't call me and ask me how I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Don't call me and ask me how I'm doing. Watch Instagram, motherfucker, unless you're going to call me about some money. How can we get some money? Shan, I seen that what you bill. I got a shop. Don't call my phone.
So we went to the Apollo We seen Mary J, Grand Pooba, Father MC, and all of them guys, right? So we sitting up in the top stands. So who comes to sit next to my wife? Father MC. And talk about, puts his arm around her and starts singing to her. I'm like, oh, all right, I'm game with that. I'm game with that. I said, that's cool. You know, and bro, it was just so amazing that he came up and sat next to my wife. Like, yo, it was just amazing.
And you want to know what? Listen, let me tell you what you just said that made you a better man than lots of men. Your wife may have loved his music back in the days, right? And just that moment, she fulfilled one of her fucking. You dig what I'm saying? And you didn't spoil it. You know you're going home with your wife, but just for that one fucking minute, she got to fucking enjoy maybe one of her fucking fans. You was like, shit, that nigga was so ill, he was attracted to my wife out of everybody in the city. That nigga came to mind, baby. You know you fly like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So, you did the right thing.
I was like, yeah, motherfuckers. Yeah, that's my wife. That's right, bitches. Yeah, He came to my wife, motherfuckers.
Right, there you go. See, that was the motherfucking man attitude. You know what I'm saying? But then you also had to think. She probably went home that night and probably gave it to you good for letting her have that moment. Go ahead, wife. Let me hear you laugh in the back. I'm waiting to hear her laughing in the back. She gave you some extra shit that night that she ain't that was usually a privilege and shit. Listen, son, close your ears. You're not supposed to hear this kind of shit. Close your ears. He probably sitting there in his mind going, gross, gross, gross.
Yo, I gotta tell you, Shan, this is one of the best interviews we've had so far. So
and
I want to give you the thank. I want to thank you, my brother, because listen, bro, I follow you on Instagram, and I said to Joey, I said, we gotta have MC Shan on here. He goes, all right, we'll make it happen. And when I hit you up and you said hit up Jeff, I hit Jeff up. He goes, all right, let's make it happen. And by the way, motherfucker, you should have woke up at 11 o'clock the other day, motherfucker.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
He said, fuck you and your 11 o'clock.
Hell yeah. Cause then I start thinking like, damn, Jeff, you let me fucking greet for some 11 o'clock. See, I cussed him out because he was calling me back to back, trying to wake me up. I said, and look, here's my thing. I said, Jeff, I got it. Yo, I'll be up when they motherfucker, blah, blah, blah. But now you didn't trust me because my alarm clock was set, right? But then as soon as my alarm clock went off, now you calling me back to back. I'm cutting the phone off. Fuck you and smoking or whatever the fuck we doing.
Then I said to Jeff, MC Shan, I said, give me that motherfucker's number. I'll call him. He goes, I got to get permission first.
No, but now I wouldn't answer for you. I don't know your number. You see what I'm saying? So you would have just got Look, I'm real funny with my phone. People would sit next to me and say, you don't hear your phone ringing? I say, yeah, I hear it ringing. Ain't no money on the end of that call. Fuck out my face.
Well, you know what? I sit there sometimes and I'll be sitting with people too and my phone will ring. I go, that's nice. And I put my phone down. They go, why, you don't feel like answering? I'm like, nah, I'm really not in the mood to talk. And I'll leave the person ringing. Then they go, yo, you didn't answer me. I said, yeah, I know. They said, did you see it? I said, yeah, matter of fact, I said I watched it ring and I watched it go to voicemail. I said, and I continued what I was doing.
Shan, let me ask you this. So I seen the new video that you did, your new song. Tell us about your new song with the video.
Oh, here we go again, yo. So again, I'm gonna call Ty back. Now I gotta go through all my settings again just to fucking get us back to where I can hear your ass. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
All right,
can you hear
so he didn't fuck it up. I'll call Ty back in a minute. That was Fly Ty anyway, by Cold Chillin'. But when I'm doing interviews, nothing is more important than my time with you. You took your time with me, so
Well,
I'm not going to.
I appreciate it.
Look, see, now this goes back to what I said about bringing people to the dark side. I love Ty, but at this point, I want to return the love to you. And if me taking 1 second of love away from you, that means that I don't love you the way you love me. And so I like to give you the exact love you give me. Nothing can disrupt this time that we got right here. I don't give a fuck what you're doing. Nephew, I'm going to drop the wrench out the window, whatever the fuck we doing, but it ain't going to stop our move. Even though he don't know where the fucking battery is in the Mercedes, motherfucker.
So the new song that you recorded and did the video for, what is that?
That right there is something that's coming up. See, like I said, sometimes you got choices. I put it out. I seen that the people would accept it. But then I had those people laughing because I bought all of that old school cyberpunk outfits and leprechaun shoes because their minds aren't able to grasp the concept of where I'm going with it. I have all the movie equipment that I need, where you may need your iPhone and got to go that way. I got enough money to buy outfits that I'm going to wear one time. Might have cost me $700-800 to get them bitches. Because picture me wearing a fucking a old 20th century fucking outfit in public with frizzles on the fucking collar. That means that I'm, if I wear some frizzly collar shit. What the fuck? Hold on, let me show you. Now, this is for video purposes, right? But for all you motherfuckers that want to fucking video capture this bitch and try and fucking say, oh, look at this motherfucker trying to be a little sweet motherfucker. Fuck you. This is for the video, bitch. Imagine me, motherfucking... wearing shirts that look like this. What the fuck you think they gonna call me? A bundle of fucking sticks, right? Fuck out of here. This shit for the video. Y'all tried to play a motherfucker that you can't play with.
I think personally the music and this is from me growing up in that early 2000s era of music videos and music is
concept.
I think the concepts and the videos telling the story of the song is what's missing.
All right, but now here's the story on this one. I've got this cube. I don't know where the fuck it's at right now. But I've got this cube that looks like, from the movie. You know that one that opens up? You know it pops. He might not. But I've got this cube, right? And I find the concept of the video, right, is I find the cube and I just pick it up. And all of a sudden, I get shocked. And I lay out in the grass. And when I wake up, I'm dressed like a bundle of sticks, as people would want to call
it. Yo, I'm not messing with you, dog. He said I'm dressed like a bundle of
sticks. And I got leprechaun shoes and all that shit on. Now, here goes how the end of the video go, right? Y'all know I drink a lot, right? So now the end of the video, even though we was in that old school world, the end of the video, you're going to see like a cop car because I'm asleep on the side of the road. But I'm back in the regular world. But motherfucker, when he asked me to step out the car, I got on the leprechaun shoes and the pants, but I got on the regular shit. But I'm trying to wonder, like, what the fuck? Is it really a dream or what the fuck? So when the police, and I got a bottle of wine in my motherfucking hand. So this nigga was drunk driving like a motherfucker. So, nigga, you must be drunk too if I got these fucking leprechaun shoes on. I didn't dress like this morning when I came fuck outside in 2025, motherfucker.
Yo, I can't. So, MC Shan, have you ever done the fever?
Yeah, I've done the fever. I've done a lot of things in the fever too. Look, I've done a lot of things in the fever too. No shame in my game.
Fever. I was there when you. So why don't you hook up with what's his name to do the fucking shows that he's got going on?
Man, Sal is my man. Sal knows I don't need that money, right? But when Sal needs me, I'm there for Sal. Whenever the When Sal will call me and say, yo, Shan, listen, I got this Radio City. Sal takes me to places like Radio City Music Hall. He know don't take me to Devil's Nest. He know don't take me to the old sides of the Fever. Sal will call me when he's got things like Radio City Music Hall because he knows Shan's doing good. He's not coming outside for $2,000. But for Sal, I'll come out for free. He knows that.
So, Shan, when you come to Radio City Music Hall, make sure you hit me up.
I already been there like 2 or 3 times, sir.
Well,
DJ Cassidy.
I'm behind the 8 ball already.
Don't worry about it. If you ask me what happened in the news for the past fucking week, I couldn't tell you, so don't worry about it. Being behind the 8 ball kind of keeps us safe sometimes because we just oblivious to the bullshit everybody else is doing. So
there's a little
being
bit of that
behind the
going on
8
right
ball,
now.
huh?
There's a little bit of that going on right now with some
Listen,
people.
well, I'm behind the. If you behind the 8 ball, I'm behind the 8 ball, and I'm proud of it. Fuck it. Because most of the shit that's in front of the 8 ball is bullshit that ain't got nothing to do with me anyway. So fuck it. I'd rather be behind. Let the 8 ball knock all that shit out my way.
Well,
that's like riding behind a motherfucking tractor trailer and gathering the wind and take your foot off the gas and let the tractor trailer push your shit. Matter of fact, put it in neutral. Turn your shit off.
Hold on. The King of New York is in court right now. You heard?
Oh, we're not even going to talk about that one.
Listen, check this out. Motherfuckers got to pay for their motherfucking price. Ain't no sympathy. We all know what we do when we're doing it. We were born with a sense of don't touch that fire, it's hot. See what I'm saying? We all have these senses. We know. But then sometimes some of us push our limits. And as stars, I'm telling you, motherfucking the most people that want shit free are stars. They got all the money in the world. They'll walk in your store and want to, their whole entire team to clean out your inventory for free just because they stepped in. But I'm out of all my inventory. They want everything for free. Ain't willing to pay for nothing. Well, guess what? There's some shit you're going to pay for, and you ain't going to be able to, motherfucker. You can't even come up with money to pay this bill right now, nigga. You got to pay with the soul. You got to pay with your motherfucking body. You got to, look, it is what the fuck it is. And like I say, like with the children, I'm not mentioning the children, right? The children out, well, what you call it, that's a whole nother thing. I would have murdered motherfuckers like that for fucking with kids. I was a diddle kid. Never got my asshole bust, right? But I was a diddle kid. And mentally, that shit fucks with you. Before you ever got your first set of pussy, a man touching on your dick, that shit fuck with you. Right? And I don't mean to be so vulgar, but some people need to hear this shit because they're dealing with this shit. Look, they're dealing with this shit mentally. I'm telling you, it wasn't your fault. And you don't have to hold that, motherfucker. You don't have to hold that. Let that shit go and recognize motherfucking, like, my kids can't even go to babysitters nowadays. Not my family, not nobody. Motherfuck you. Because of that. Right? And so they took advantage of, allegedly, some younger children were taken advantage in this position. But those that were of age and that can make fucking grown decisions, shit, we at the red carpet. Police, he's holding me hostage. I don't have any sympathy for them. You could have walked out. I have sympathy because if that was my daughter being kicked in the hallway,
so Shan, let me ask you this.
No, I've said that to begin with. When that came out, I said, man, if that was me, I said I'd have been in jail that night.
That's it.
100%.
I don't care what I'm listening, because I know how you roll. I'm coming with grenade launchers. I'm coming with I'm coming with shit that you don't think that the average motherfucker gonna come with. I'm tearing everything up. And regardless, I might not get you, but there will be some casualties that you gonna feel for along the way. Just like I got to feel for what the fuck you did for mine.
What do you have coming out now besides the video that you did on Instagram?
I'm filming my own TV shows. People say, Shan, somebody needs to give you a TV show. Nobody don't need to give me a TV show. I'll be filming my own shit. I don't wait for nobody to give me nothing.
So
See, that's when you
get the royalties from all your stuff being played, correct?
Yeah, I get royalties. Look, remember Con Calma? Go get a boot for the Illuminati. I don't even know what Daddy Yankee is saying. Right? I don't even know. I get money off of that. That's Informer remade, right?
Yeah.
And so I get publishing. I own the publishing on that shit. And so that's why you see I got all these big boats and all these big ass RVs that other hip hop artists don't have. Because the only thing they were is hip hop artists. I became a producer. Fuck that. I'm not giving up my a-hole. Right? I'm not giving up my a-hole.
Tell us about
a lot of people don't try to get their own publishing for whatever they make, whether it's the music or like you said, like you became a producer. A lot of those people don't get their own publishing.
All right, but they didn't have the experience that I did. See, I was the artist, and I found that the fucking producer, the publisher, everybody was getting money from Record One but me. I owed all of that shit back. But the producers, the publishers, everybody getting fucking money but me. Okay. That's what made me turn to a producer. And the first thing that I produced was Snow, which is in the Guinness Book of World Records 2 times. I'm in the Guinness Book of World Records. Like Paul Revere and all these motherfuckers that created history, that did history. I'm in the Guinness Book of World Records for the top. I outsold Bob Marley. For reggae music.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yo, listen. Where's Alexa in your house? Alexa, when was MC Shan inducted into the fucking Hall of Guinness Book of World Records?
That's it. Hey Siri, when was MC Shan inducted into the Guinness Book of World Records?
Informer. Say Informer.
I found this on the web for when was McShan.
No, put it on the TV.
Hold on.
So
when was Informer inducted into the Guinness Book of World Records?
You need to be in the fucking Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I'll just look it up. Hold on.
I'm telling you, I'm in the Guinness Book of World Records 2 times. To this date, right? People say
once as the best-selling reggae album or best-selling reggae single in U.S. history, and once as the highest charting reggae single in history.
Says history, right?
And it was a Billboard Top 100 for 7 weeks at number 1.
Congratulations to my brother, my man right there. Congratulations to my brother. And he follows
you guys
me
can
on
look
Instagram.
that up.
Listen, he follows me on Instagram, Boss Dog Cigars. He follows me. So make sure y'all don't say nothing wrong, because I'm going to fucking correct you. You heard?
What did I tell you before? What did I just tell you? Leave them motherfuckers where they need their flashlights. We don't need them over here. They're trying to see who me and you are. We know who we are. You ain't got to worry about me sticking you. I ain't got to worry about you sticking me. But once we let them assholes over here, right, you gonna fucking let them in. Okay, you changed your mind. Let them in. That nigga's a traitor, yo. Fuck out of here. Leave them motherfuckers alone.
How many times
the fuck out of here?
Told you shit like that in different ways than what he just said? How many times have I told you that shit and you just don't know when to leave enough alone?
Yeah, leave them motherfuckers alone. They ain't putting no motherfucking money in your pocket. I entertain them. Why? Because I've entertained people for fucking 20 years. It's my turn now. And I've got 2 demons to feed. And you don't have to worry. When I see that shit, oh my nigga, I'm about to put some food on my motherfucking plate. And I got 2 demons to feed. So I hope 2 or 3 of you motherfuckers say some fuck nigga shit, so I can roast you. See, we know that I curse a lot more than a sailor. But sometimes I can get very intellectual and make you feel this big by words and not even say anything that's offensive.
So Shan,
What I like to do is make people look in the mirror when people call me broke, right? And the people say, you ain't got nothing. I'm not proving nothing. I'm feeding my demons. They call me broke. Let me show them how broke they are. I just bought a 23-foot boat, son. It's bought. I don't own those numbers on it. That RV. I own everything in this yard, son. That's that demon.
when I said to Joey, I said, we got to bring MC Shan on. He goes, what did he do? And I told him.
Because
and he goes,
I know names, but I don't. I know songs, but I don't know names.
When I played the song, he goes, oh, shit, really? I said,
because I knew the song.
I said, I got him on.
But the name didn't register. But once he played it, I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm like, I know that song.
Nephew, let me tell you where I can't be faulted that you don't know me, right? Because your hip-hop knowledge started where it started at, right? What was your first artist you know? Maybe Tupac or Biggie, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And so I can't look at you and fault you and say, oh, nephew, you don't know who the fuck I am, because your hip-hop started where you were. You're not supposed to know me. Your father knows me. It's his job to let you know who I am, right? But the people you trying to let him know, we don't give a fuck about them. All them new little jabbers. But you've been raised in hip hop to know better than to listen to that garbage, right? But I don't fault you. It's like when I see these pictures of collages of all the rappers and I'm not there. I don't get mad. I just look at that piece of artwork and that's where that artist knowledge of hip hop came in. Tupac, blah, blah, blah. And I was before that. And so there's nothing, I don't feel any shame because people don't know. Guess what? You and your father are letting, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
All right, you and your father are letting younger people like yourself know because they've got audience that's his age. You bring an audience that's your age. You see what I'm saying? And so y'all are continuing this legacy. And so I can only be thankful to the both of you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is.
I want to thank you for coming on,
dog.
I appreciate you coming on, my dog. And I love you. And listen, I can't thank you enough, dog, because I follow you on Instagram. And I always comment when motherfuckers say, yo, this motherfucker.
There you go again. Hey, look, son. Look, son. Here's what you do. I'll fight him when I see him, right? But don't let him take this shit from you. Just smack him in his fucking bald ass head and say that's from.
You know how many times I've told him with people that.
Look, nephew. Here's what I'm doing. See, this is what we used to do back in the days. We used to pass a lick, right? Right? If I don't want to hit him, yo, fuck that. Go ahead, hit him for me. We used to pass a lick. So I'm passing a lick right now. Pop him on his fucking head.
I've told him that shit so many times over the last 4 or 5 years, because there's people that like you said, hate on what you're doing, or they want to do what they want to do what you're doing but can't do it. And I'm like, just let them go. I said, I let them go. I said, and people go, oh, they talking about you. I'm like, cool. They said, why? What? You're not mad? I said, no. You know why? I said, because that means I'm renting space in their head for free, and they're thinking about me.
So Shan, let me ask you this: can you get Roxanne Shante on here?
That I can't guarantee, Roxanne Shante. I mean, I could tell her you my partner and they want to do whatever, but I can't guarantee that she can do whatever. She my sister and all that, and you would love her just as much as me. You would love her just as much as me. Look, now, Pop, this is what I want to tell you. Look, this is what I want to tell you. You have demons that you have to recognize. And why I know you have demons, you got to recognize from your aggression to want to get people, right? Once you recognize that you got them demons and shit and that you got to do this, and it's going to be a difference. Right now, you don't recognize those demons. You just think that's you. Those demons are different from you, right? Sometimes you gotta let them out the cage and shit, but don't keep them out the cage all the time. You gotta retract them bitches and put them away. Sometimes you don't fucking let it. You don't let the fucking demons out on everybody. You just leave them motherfuckers locked up, and the more you leave them locked up, it don't take that many, motherfucker. You take one good motherfucker and you let them demons out. He fed for the fucking day. You don't have to keep following everybody, motherfucker. You can feed your demons with one motherfucker a day. That's all I'm saying. Recognize your demon, and if you're like me, got to get on somebody's fucking back for saying some fuck nigga shit. Feed the demons once a day. You ain't got to feed them all day long. That means you starving because you too busy. Got these people renting space in your head and you don't even know them. Go ahead, tell them, son. Tell them, nephew. Tell them again about that rent space. Tell them again, nephew.
When he goes, oh, somebody said this one's talking about me. I said, don't address him. I said, just let it go. I said, because everybody was talking about us and doing this show. They like, oh, I could have got on this network with them, or I could have got on this network too. I had offers. But I said, no. I said, they're fucking idiots. I said, because now I'm getting the exposure that they want, and now they're mad because they turned down the offer that I had.
And now we got MC Shan on here. For y'all that don't know, that's my brother. That's my brother
and we broadened in our horizons from just wrestling and cigars to a little bit of this, hip-hop, whiskey, hip-hop, whoever.
Look, sitting back smoking cigars and fucking having a drink, motherfucker, any conversation you can come across and shit. So it's not just fucking stuck to hip-hop on this bitch. We might motherfucker talk about how y'all motherfuckers like to be in the mountains and shit. I like the mountains because when y'all put that little thing on, I seen that mountain shit. Fuck you mean? Invite me to the mountains, motherfucker. I got an RV, motherfucker, and I got slingshots, bear trap, whatever the fuck you want. I'm a mountain ass nigga too.
Listen, motherfucker.
I'll fucking sing the country songs with you and every goddamn thing. Let's go.
We gotta cut this off now because we've been on an hour. So, yo, MC Shan.
We definitely can do this again for sure.
Just when you're ready, holler at Jeff. When you're ready, holler at Jeff.
Send me your number.
Now listen, holler at Jeff and we'll set it all up. Don't worry.
It won't matter if I send you my number. Why? Because I don't set these things up because I'm an asshole. What I stopped doing right now to do this, I was outside fixing my boat, right? You see, I got all this shit ready to go on my fucking boat. And so I was outside doing what I do, but I stopped my progress because I had to entertain folks that entertain me.
I
appreciate it. I can't thank you enough.
MC Shan.
And you know what y'all did? Y'all gave me time for the sun to go down so I don't bake out there on y'all with the boat trying to do some stuff.
Yo, I can't fuck with you, dog. I can't fuck with you.
Shit.
Yo,
yes, you can.
Your Instagram, you respond, you heard?
No, but if you see, I'm the same person that you see there. There's no difference in me. Yeah. I don't get on interviews, and that's me all day, and I'm not gonna change. What the fuck did you expect?
And that's what we try to tell people is the reason we got where we are with this show is because we are who we are.
Right.
We say what we say, and I tell everybody, listen, do I tone down my cursing a little bit? I do. I try to. And I said it's not that I'm not being who I am. I said I just got to know when to turn it on and when to turn it off. You got to have a professional side and just a regular you side.
Yo, what you clapping?
Now,
pussy or something?
And just to back what you said, nephew, there's times when Jeff will call me and he knows me. He'll say, yo, we're on a FCC. Federally regulated, right? And so when he says that to me, I know immediately that I have to use all the proper diction and I have to speak, and you have to raise your level to the people that you're dealing with.
Yes, you do.
We don't fucking on our own one fucking year. This is our shit. But there's some people that are not them, and you have to, they want to interview me. I have to raise myself to their level of expectations. Although I don't give a fuck about their expectations. But in order for me, I want to do their show. I don't want to exclude them because they're just a little bit more fucking bougie than we are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So this is gonna air when?
By the time this,
I don't care.
air,
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I look the same whenever. I don't never look over these things. I already did what I did. I know what I said when I was here. Well, fuck, I gotta look for it again for.
Shan, I fucking love you, dog.
I love y'all too.
I love you, bro. This was great.
I gotta get out here
I'm
and do
glad.
some work before. I gotta get out here and do some work, but I appreciate y'all for having me on the show, and thank y'all having me again. No problem.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you, my brother.
And make it work. Hey, where's Wifey at? Wifey, you take care. Have a good day.
Man,
You heard him, Ma?
Wifey, take care. Have a good day.
She said you too.
Don't worry, I know who run the house over there. I'm just letting them think that they do. I know how it works. I gotta say what's up to the boss. I gotta tell the boss what's up, son.
Business.
All right, peace. I love y'all. I'm out of here, yo.
I love you, dog.
Appreciate y'all for having me, yo.
Yes,
thank you. And thank
again.
y'all for letting me into your home. Well, thank you. Thank you.
Oh man, that was fun. So that's been another episode of your favorite podcast. We will see you guys again next week.
Deuces, gotta go.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans